On the afternoon of July 19th, Hanoi, Quang Ninh, Lao Cai, and Tai Nguyen recorded thunderstorms and strong winds that knocked down numerous trees and power poles, causing local power outages. In Quang Ninh, in particular, a storm sank a tourist boat in Ha Long Bay. The storm and heavy rain occurred on the same day that Typhoon Wipha entered the East Sea, making it the third typhoon to hit, leading many to believe it was due to the storm's initial impact. Sharing with Thanh Nguyen on the evening of July 19th, Mr. Mai Van Kim, director of the National Center for Hydrometeorological Forecasting, stated that Typhoon number 3, Typhoon Weifa, was still far away and could not impact Vietnam's seas and land. Mr. Mai Van Kim emphasized that the thunderstorms in Hanoi, Quang Ninh, and many northern provinces that occurred on the afternoon of July 19th were caused by the influence of a low-pressure trough passing over the north, not by Typhoon number 3, Typhoon Weifa. According to the National Center for Hydrometeorological Forecasting, American studies of thunderstorms and lightning and hurricanes indicate that only a small number of lightning flashes can be observed in the inner core of hurricanes and tropical depressions. The determining factor in thunderstorm development is the interaction between ice crystals and water. Therefore, thunder, lightning, or clusters of thunderstorms often occur outside the storm center, above 100 kilometers, due to the combination of strong convective rain bands. The National Center for Hydrometeorological Forecasting recommends that during hurricane and tropical depression warnings, people should be aware of the development of thunderstorms and lightning to prevent and mitigate unexpected risks. According to the National Center for Hydrometeorological Forecasting, a tornado is a very powerful, short-lived, whirling wind phenomenon, tens to hundreds of meters in length. Tornadoes are caused by strong updrafts of hot air. In recent days, the heat in Hanoi and the northern provinces has caused uneven heating of the land surface. Certain areas that absorb heat more readily become hotter, creating areas of low pressure and generating updrafts. Cold air from the surrounding area rushes in, creating a vortex phenomenon, similar to that seen during a hurricane. A characteristic of tornadoes is a sudden, sharp increase in wind speed during a sunny period. Tornadoes also often appear in storm clouds. When convection develops rapidly, vertical temperature differences become large, causing sudden pressure changes, creating large vortexes capable of lifting several train cars, houses, or ships and boats weighing several dozen tons at once. Tornadoes are often accompanied by thunderstorms and hail. The National Hydrometeorological Forecasting Center stated that at 4 p.m. on July 19th, the center of storm number 3, Typhoon Weifa, was located at approximately 20.7 degrees north latitude and 118.4 degrees east longitude in the northeastern sea area of the northern East Sea. Near the center of the storm, the strongest winds were at level 10, equivalent to 89 to 102 kilometers per hour, with gusts reaching level 12. The storm was moving west-northwest at approximately 20 kilometers per hour. The weather forecast for July 21st indicates that winds will gradually increase in the sea north of Bac Bo Bay to level 6 to 7, then increase to level 8 to 9. Near the storm's center, winds will reach level 10 to 11, with gusts reaching level 13. Wave heights will be 2 to 4 meters, and near the center 3 to 5 meters, and the sea will be very rough. Therefore, vessels operating in the aforementioned hazardous areas are likely to be affected by storms, whirlwinds, strong winds, and large waves caused by storm number 3, Typhoon Weifa. This afternoon, July 19th, Hanoi was suddenly hit by heavy rain and strong winds after days of intense heat. The rain, accompanied by strong gusts of wind, darkened the skies and drenched the city. Many people were concerned because they did not know whether the heavy rain and strong winds were related to storm number 3, internationally known as Typhoon Weifa. In Hanoi, thunderstorms accompanied by strong winds uprooted numerous trees, broke electricity poles, and threw motorbikes off roads. Tables, chairs, and umbrellas from vendors were blown away. A sudden storm struck near Daogo Cave in Ha Long Bay, causing a tourist boat with registration number QN 7105 to sink. Immediately after receiving the information, Quang Ninh Province authorities immediately launched rescue and relief efforts. There were 48 passengers and 5 crew members on board at the time of the accident. Explaining the cause of this afternoon's heavy rain and very strong winds, speaking to the Nuoi Lao Dong newspaper, Mr. Mai Van Kim, director of the National Center for Hydrometeorological Forecasting, stated that the region has not yet been affected by Storm number 3 Weifa. Storm number 3 is still far away. The cause of the heavy rain and strong winds is a low trough with an axis crossing the northern region. This afternoon, there will be a convergence of thunderstorms along the low trough, explained Mr. Kim. Storm number 3 Weifa expected to be very dangerous. However, the director of the National Center for Hydrometeorological Forecasting warned that storm number 3 is expected to be very dangerous, with strong winds and very heavy rain. According to the National Center for Hydrometeorological Forecasting, the scope of influence of storm number 3 Weifa is wide, affecting most of the northeast, some parts of the northwest, and the north-central provinces. The storm is expected to directly impact Quang Ninh and Haiphong provinces, as well as the coastal provinces of Hung Yen, Ninh Binh, and Thanh Hoa. These provinces are expected to be the most severely impacted by this storm. Storm number 3 is expected to bring widespread heavy rain to the northern provinces and Thanh Hoa province and Ha Tinh province. The Central Plains and the Northern Delta, Thanh Hoa province, and Nayan province will experience heavy rain from July 21st to 24th. Some areas will experience locally heavy rainfall exceeding 150 millimeters per 3 hours. Storm number 3 Weifa is located in the northeastern sea of the Northeast Sea. Although still offshore, inland, in several locations such as Hanoi, Quang Ninh, and Haiphong, strong thunderstorms with lightning and strong winds are expected, causing property damage. Quang Ninh Province, in particular, experienced hail and strong winds, causing a tourist boat to sink in the Ha Long Bay area. Explaining this thunderstorm, a representative from the Haiphong City Hydrometeorological Station stated that it was a thermal thunderstorm phenomenon, not rain caused by the impact of storm number 3 Weifa, as many had mistakenly believed. After several hot days, thunderstorms are occurring. Thunderstorms are also very dangerous, often accompanied by hail, tornadoes, and lightning, said a representative from the Haiphong City Hydrometeorological Station. Previously, the northern region experienced 3 days of widespread, scorching heat, with some areas experiencing extreme heat, with highs exceeding 38 degrees Celsius. The meteorological agency also warned of the risk of thunderstorms in this region since the evening of July 19th. Mr. Hong Phuc Lam, Deputy Director of the National Center for Hydrometeorological Forecasting, stated that Typhoon number 3 Weifa is a storm with a fairly fast-moving speed, averaging around 20 kilometers per hour, and the distribution of rain and strong winds will shift westward and southward. Therefore, Mr. Lam warned that thunderstorms preceding the storm could occur on July 20th and 21st, while the storm is still outside the Gulf of Tonkin and east of the Lizhou Peninsula, China. According to information from the Department of Hydrometeorology, Ministry of Agriculture and Environment, American studies of thunderstorms and lightning within hurricanes indicate that only a small amount of lightning can be observed in the inner core of hurricanes and tropical depressions. The determining factor in thunderstorm development is the interaction between ice crystals and water. Therefore, thunder, lightning, and thunderstorms often occur outside the storm's center, above 100 kilometers, due to the combination of strong convective rain bands. During a hurricane or tropical depression warning, it's important to be alert for the development of thunderstorms and lightning to prevent and mitigate unexpected risks.